Ya Rasulullah, Ya Rasulullah, Ya Ali, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad إلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات رحم الله من قرأ سورة المباركة الفاتحة. بسم الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب قلوبنا وشفيع ذنوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا أبي القاسم محمد. اللهم صل على محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين. اللهم وصل على ولي أمرك القائم المؤمل والعدل المنتظر وحفه بملائكتك المقربين وأيده بروح القدس يا رب العالمين. واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم وغاصبي حقوقهم ومنكري فضائلهم من ليلنا هذا إلى قيام يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله تعالى في كتابه المجيد: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سبحان الذي أسرى عبده من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى الذي باركنا حوله لنريه من آياتنا إنه هو السميع البصير. صلوات. The 27th night of Rajab is considered one of the most important Eids of our calendar. And whilst we have been brought up, used to commemorating Meraj on this particular night, you will find most of the books talk about 27th night of Rajab being the night of Ba'ath. Mab'ath, as in the day when the Holy Prophet was appointed the Prophet. And that is why, if you look at Shias all over the world, or even many Sunnis today, they celebrate the day as the day the Prophet was appointed as the Holy Prophet. And that is considered one of the most important turning stones in the life of humanity. For it was mercy that was brought down by Allah, guidance brought down by Allah. And today we are where we are because it started on that particular day. However, when we talk of Meraj, according to few narrations, few narrations was on this day, but there are many narrations that say it was on the 17th of Ramadan, and there are some narrations that say that the Prophet ascended. Meraj is ascension to the heavens, so that ascension to the heaven took place more than once. But what I want to talk today is the link between all these events. The appointment of the prophethood, Isra wal Mi'raj, because Mi'raj cannot be studied alone. There is Isra before Mi'raj took place. Isra is that journey during night time from Mecca to Masjid al-Aqsa, min al-Masjid al-Haram ila al-Masjid al-Aqsa. Just as the Quran says. That particular journey during night time and then his ascension to the heavens, that is Isra and Mi'raj. Or it is Ba'atha. The one link that has to be understood properly is the personality of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know, it is sometimes when I think and I read about the life of the Holy Prophet and about what he has achieved and about how high he has reached in that world of spirituality, in that world of proximity to Allah. When I look at that, I wonder, do we really understand the Holy Prophet? You know, when we listen to Qasida, beautiful Qasida that the young man just recited about Imam Ali alayhi salam, and we are so moved by what? By the spirituality of Imam Ali alayhi salam, by the ilm of Imam Ali alayhi salam, by the bravery of Imam Ali alayhi salam. We are so moved by the personality of this Imam Ali alayhi salam, our Imam Ali alayhi salam. We are so proud to believe in him as the first Imam, our Imam. We are everything about Imam Ali alayhi salam. Let's come to Imam Ali alayhi salam and ask him and say, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, tell me who is better, you or Prophet Musa? You've heard the hadith. And he says, I am better because Prophet Musa alayhi salam asks to see Allah in the Holy Quran. He says, Oh Allah, I want to see you. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does send a piece of that light, manifest his light in a mountain that broke. Musa asked, Imam Ali alayhi salam, لو كشف لي الغطاء لما ازددت يقينا. If these veils were taken away from me, there would have been no increment in my certainty. I am so certain. This is Imam Ali saying. When he was asked, who is better, you or Ibrahim, Nabi Ibrahim asked to see how to revive the dead. When he was asked, who is better, you or Prophet Isa alayhi salam, he says, I am better. Prophet Isa's mother was inside the mosque. She was told to get out of the mosque. You are giving birth. My mother was outside and she was told, come inside the Kaaba. Imam Ali alayhi salam is explaining his status. But when he was asked, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, who is better, or you or Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he for a moment, he trembles and gets angry and says, Wayhakum ma ana illa ubaydun min abid Muhammad. I am but a small, insignificant, mere slave of Muhammad. Why? Because whatever we know about Imam Ali al-Islam, whatever we feel about Imam Ali al-Islam, the Holy Prophet is better, was his mentor, was his teacher. So we have to understand the life of the Holy Prophet to get to a stage where we get the same feelings that we get for Imam Ali al-Islam. Who was the Holy Prophet? You know, to get to that pinnacle of Meraj, of ascension of Sidratul Muntaha, that spirituality that was there in the Holy Prophet, it was not something like a light switch that once Jibreel came to him and said, here, now you turn your life, you are now messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No, it was from his childhood. The Holy Prophet displayed signs that he is not going to be an ordinary personality. I know we commemorated the wafat of Hazrat Abu Talib only yesterday. I don't know whether you had it here. Yesterday we had the wafat of Hazrat Abu Talib. Hazrat Abu Talib alayhi salam, Muhsin Islam. We are indebted to him because he protected the Holy Prophet. But look at his own memoirs. You know, he has written shairis. He's got poems, something like 3,000 different masars. You know, when he writes shairi, Hazrat Abu Talib was a renowned poet. And in that he narrates what happens to the Holy Prophet when he was a young child. And there was a time, Hazrat Abu Talib ne iman ma koi shak na kare, please. Let's not even go down that road, because that's a different argument altogether. We all here are seated. We all believe Hazrat Abu Talib alayhi salam had full faith on the Holy Prophet from the beginning up to the end of his life. And there is evidence that at one time, when the Holy Prophet was still a young child, there was a drought. No water, no rainfall. People came to Hazrat Abu Talib. Hazrat Abu Talib alayhi salam was a charismatic personality. He was a personality to whom people referred to in terms of disputes and difficulties. So they come to him and said, Ya Abu Talib, we are facing problems. We don't have food. There is no rain. There is no water. Can't you do something about this? Can't you pray to your Lord? And Hazrat Abu Talib gets them all together in Masjid al-Haram. Masjid al-Haram at that time was a center where all these people were getting together. Hazrat Abu Talib gets them all together, brings this young lad with his hands and says, you want rain? Let this boy pray for you and you will get rain. The Holy Prophet prayed. He was not even a holy prophet at that time. He was a young child. He prayed, he raised his hands, asked for rain. Rain came. It became so famous in the whole of Arabia that now wherever there was any problem of shortage of rainfall, they will come to Abu Talib and say, lend us your son. This kind of personality that the Holy Prophet was. And you find that even narrations from Fatima bint Asad, Salamullahi alayha, the mother of our first Imam. See, the father and the mother of our first Imam were almost like parents to the Holy Prophet because they brought him up. And she narrates certain incidents that as a child, the Holy Prophet had something about him that would make us serve him, be around him, look after him, take care of him. And this is just the Holy Prophet as a young child. But then, as he grew up, and when the time came for Mab'ath is the time when Jibreel comes to him and says, Ya Rasulullah, you are now appointed messenger by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That was the 27th of Rajab. And it is said that that particular Mab'ath happened at least 3 years before he proclaimed his prophethood. 3 years. For 3 years, the Holy Prophet did not proclaim his prophethood to the public. For 3 years, he was in a mode where he was simply in connection with the Jibreel, learning to do everything he has to do. So when you get these not conflicting but confusing reports, you get reports. If you read history, whether you read the Sunnis, you read the Shia history, you will find that there are reports where the Holy Prophet used to stand next to the Kaaba and recite prayers. And behind him was Khadija and Ali alayhi salam. No one else. So why? There were no other companions. It was this 3-year period where the Holy Prophet had only confided in 2 people, the Khadija and Imam Ali Islam, and said, I am now appointed a prophet. This is the path. And the Holy Prophet developed his personality, his character in such a way that he was accepted by all as the most trustworthy, the most wise, the most knowledgeable, everything. So that was the Mab'ath. That was the appointment. But the Holy Prophet then rose to a status where the time came for Meraj and Isra. And this is where I want to connect. That Isra and Meraj was the pinnacle of a person's spirituality. You know, when you have a young person today, you see a young boy, even at homes, our own families, you see a young lad, you can look at how smart the young lad is going to be. બહુ હોશિયાર છે છોકરો. મોટો થશે તો સ્માર્ટ થશે. મોટો થશે તો આવો થશે. How do we know? We look at signs. The way this young child reacts with situations, the way the young child talks to people, we then are able to envisage that this child will grow up to be this particular. When the Holy Prophet was young and when he was developing these things, he developed something where people were attracted to him. And this was groundwork for his message. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prepared him from a message. And to prepare him from for a message, he said the groundwork is your character should be so impeccable that people would never doubt you. People would not question. And he was wise. He was known as a wise born leader. Remember the story about Hajar Aswad? The Prophet was not a prophet at that time. When the Kaaba was being renovated and rebuilt, and they had broken it down and built it again during the time of the Prophet, before his prophethood. At that time, all these tribes got together to contribute towards the construction of the Kaaba. And when the time came to place the stone, the Hajar Aswad, the black stone on the Kaaba, now these tribes are fighting against each other and saying, but we have the right to do it. The other tribe is saying, no, we have the right to do it. So there are 3 or 4 tribes fighting each other, arguing with each other that we have the right to place the Hajar Aswad on the Kaaba. And they all agree that whoever enters next from this particular door, we will ask him to settle the dispute. And who walks in? None other than Holy Prophet. A young lad at the time, according to some narrations, age of 25 years old. He walks in, and when they see him, the words in history is recorded as one person shouting, Ja al-Amin. The most trustworthy amongst us, the most fair and honest amongst us has come. Ja al-Amin, let's ask him to settle this dispute. And the Holy Prophet settles the dispute in a very, very amicable manner, saying that you put the stone on a piece of cloth and let all carry the cloth, bring it to the Kaaba, and I will pick up the stone and place it on the Kaaba. But even at that age, he was accepted by the public that he is the most wise person and he can fairly and justly resolve any disputes. He's not a prophet here. This was the Prophet's relations with the society. In the meantime, as the time for prophethood came near, what happened was that the Holy Prophet decided to have some time for himself. And that is where we hear about the story of him going to Ghar Hira and staying for days at end alone, where he just meditated between him and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's a particularly interesting phase in the life of the Holy Prophet, for he spent time with his and relation with Allah only. Nobody else. He was far from society, he was away from home, no family, nobody, just alone. He could see the Kaaba. Those of you who have gone to Ghar Hira may have seen this. Those of you who haven't been, those of us who haven't been to Ghar Hira, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the opportunity to go to Makkah and be able to climb to that place. Where Ghar Hira is that one place where only one person can sit in. And when you sit in, you can see the Kaaba. Not today, of course. Today they've built so many skyscrapers around the Kaaba. Yeah? But there was a time when you would be able to sit in there, and from far, from high above the mountains, you could straight see the Kaaba. And that's what the Holy Prophet was doing. He would go there, look at the Kaaba, and meditate. He was a person who was so open minded, who was so smart, so intellectually capable, that he, out of his meditation, realized that this message of Isa alayhi salam is insufficient. We need a new message now. This is spirituality. We want to learn spirituality. We want to gain proximity to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We learn from all these prescribed manners. But the bottom line is, are we able to divorce ourselves from everything that is around us and concentrate on Allah alone? And it's a very difficult thing, huh? The most difficult things. That's what the Prophet did. And when he did, that is when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala realized him. And these are important words that I am using. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose him not because he favored him, but Allah found in Muhammad a personality that has the capacity to take my message. The Holy Prophet proved himself to be capable of not only taking the message from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but then being able to do whatever it takes to convey the message. Whatever happens, people will try and kill you, torture you, ridicule you, drive you away from home, torture your family members, all these things. But by that time, the Holy Prophet had linked himself with Allah in such a way that yes, I am ready to take all this. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala appoints him the Prophet. And once he becomes the Prophet, history is very interesting, because from history we learn lessons not only for our social environment. What did the Prophet do at that time when he was facing challenges of enemies of different kinds? What do we do today? How do we replicate the solutions that he implemented? No. Not only those things, even at a spiritual level, as an individual, how was he as a father? How was he as a husband? How was he as a brother? How was he as a person? And then how did he connect himself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? What did he do? What was he doing? And we learn from those things because we know the result of what he did. The Quran talks so much about the Holy Prophet. So much. That today I just want to share you a few things to be able to understand that how the Holy Quran explains the status of the Prophet. Today, what is happening, unfortunately, historically, people at that time who are opposed to the Prophet, some of them his own family members, they tried to hide the true color of the Holy Prophet. They tried to hide the true virtues of the Holy Prophet. But today, if you open the Quran, read the verses of the Holy Quran, light begins to shine that no, this personality was indeed a unique personality. Nobody can match him. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decides, this is my messenger, this is the person I am going to bestow my mercy on, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Holy Quran talks about so many things. You know, Imam Jaffer al-Sadiq salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi, salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, was seated with Abu Hanifa. He was seated with Abu Hanifa, and then what happened was they were eating food. After food, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, Ya Allah, هذا من فضلك ومن فضل رسولك. Those of you who understand Arabic will understand what he said. The sixth Holy Imam is saying this. He has had dinner or a meal with Abu Hanifa, and after the meal, the sixth Holy Imam is saying, "Hada min fadlika wa min fadli rasulik." So Abu Hanifa says, "Yabna Rasulillah, ashrakta billah." You have the audacity, or you are what are you associating Allah with a partner? You're saying this is from Fadlullah and Fadl Rasul. So he says, I'm just trying to look for the ayat because I know it is somewhere here. Imam says, what, and you don't recite the Quran? Abu Hanifa says, I recite the Quran. He said, then let me give you a verse of the Holy Quran. And this is what he recited. He recited, وَلَوْ أَنَّهُمْ رَضُوا مَا آتَاهُمُ اللَّهُ وَرَسُولُهُ. This is a verse in the Holy Quran which says, وَلَوْ أَنَّهُمْ رَضُوا مَا آتَاهُمُ اللَّهُ وَرَسُولُهُ. That if they were happy with what Allah and His Messenger had given them. This is Surah Tawbah, verse number 59. وَلَوْ أَنَّهُمْ رَضُوا بِمَا آتَاهُمُ اللَّهُ وَرَسُولُهُ وَقَالُوا اللَّهُ حَسْبُنَا سَيَؤْتِينَا اللَّهُ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ وَرَسُولُهُ. And they said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant us from His favor and the Holy Prophet. The Holy Prophet is granted. Abu Hanifa says, كَأَنِّي لَمْ أَقْرَأَ الْقُرْآنِ. Abu Hanifa tells the Imam, as if I haven't recited the Quran. I have recited these verses. So Imam is telling him, if you have recited these verses, is Allah not telling you that these people would be thankful if they are thankful to the fadl, to the grace, to the favors granted to them by Allah and the Holy Prophet? When Abu Hanifa says it is as if I have not recited the verse, Imam looks at him and says, no, you have recited the verse, but your heart has a block. Because you don't like him. Because you don't want to admit his true status. This verse is bouncing off your heads. So to understand the status of the Holy Prophet, the Holy Prophet was granted everything that other prophets had been granted. We agree on that. He was Khatamun Nabiyyin. He was the best of all prophets. He was the seal of all prophets. And he was best amongst them. The riwayats, the narrations are so many that even on the day of judgment, all the prophets will rally around the Holy Prophet. Everybody. Why? Because he is the best of creation. So, my question to you. Nabi Sulaiman had a kingdom where he could control the wind. Nabi Sulaiman had a kingdom where he could talk with the animals. He ruled over jinns. The Quran says. The Holy Prophet have the kingdom? And I'm saying this with all confidence that the Holy Prophet is better than Sulaiman. Beshak. So, yet, we ask this question. And this is only the example of Sulaiman alayhi salam. You ask about Musa alayhi salam, you ask about Ibrahim alayhi salam, you ask about Nuh alayhi salam. Each one, Isa alayhi salam, he had his ability to revive the dead and all that. That is there in the Quran. And the Holy Prophet is better than all these prophets. So just like we ask this question today, a man comes to Imam Jaffer as-Sadiq salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi and says that Allah The Quran, when Allah talks about bestowing favors and granting talents and powers to prophets, the Quran talks about an'ama, na'mat abshu. So this man comes to the Imam and says, so the prophets received so many ni'mat, and all these prophets were so powerful. What did you get? What did you get? What is that one thing that you can claim today that it is better than everything else that the prophets have got? And the Imam explains him that all these powers and bounties that were granted to prophets were granted to the Holy Prophet as well. So if Nabi Isa alayhi salam could revive a dead person, the Holy Prophet could do it. If Nabi Isa alayhi salam could create a model of clay of bird and then just blow into it and it would become alive, the Holy Prophet could do it. Because Nabi Isa alayhi salam was doing it with the permission of Allah. The Holy Prophet was doing it with the permission of Allah. Everything that every other prophet had, they could do, the Holy Prophet was able to do. Because that was the power that was granted to him by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the Imam says, there is something that is only exclusively to the Prophet, nobody else's. No other prophet. Like to know what? And says, أَفَلَا تَقْرَؤُونَ الْقُرْآنَ. So the beauty is everything is in the Quran. It says, don't you recite the Quran? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, مَا آتَاكُمُ الرَّسُولُ فَخُذُوهُ وَمَا نَهَاكُمْ عَنْهُ فَانْتَهُوا. What the Holy Prophet gives you or tells you, you do it. And when he tells you to refrain from it, you stop doing it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in the Holy Quran. And this is a very famous verse used even by fuqaha, that we have to do what the Prophet tells us to do. The Prophet is a shari'ah. That means he establishes sharia. Because the Quran says, whatever the Prophet tells you to do, you do it. If he tells you to not to do it, you don't do it. Simple. Imam is explaining that this is the greatest gift Allah has endowed on the Holy Prophet. You know why? The important thing is to understand why. Yeah? You know why? Because now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has openly declared that, O Muhammad, my wish is your wish and your wish is my wish. What I tell people to do, they have to do it. Similarly, I am now empowering you that whatever you tell them to do, they will have to do it. No other prophet has got this carte blanche, blank check, where the Holy Prophet had whatever he wanted, he could have. But by that time, the Holy Prophet had reached a level of spirituality where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with all confidence said that now whatever you tell them, it is as if I am telling them. Whatever I tell them, it is as if you are telling them. There is no difference between them. That was the level the Prophet reached. મને થોડા 5-10 મિનિટ ગુજરાતીમાં પડવું છે. આશા છે બધા ગુજરાતી સમજતા હશો. મારી ઉર્દુ એટલી સારી નથી. ઉર્દુ સમજી લઉં છું, પણ બોલવામાં મને તકલીફ પડે છે, એટલે હું ગુજરાતીમાં બોલીશ. અને 2 ચીજો ખાલી મને પડવી છે. ત્યાર પછી દુઆ માંગીને ઇન્શાઅલ્લાહ તમારી જહેમત ખતમ કરીશું. પૈગંબરને જ્યારે ઇસરા અને મેરાજમાં લઈ જાય છે, રિવાયતમાં છે કે ઇસરામાં જ્યારે લઈ જાય છે ત્યારે મક્કાથી મસ્જિદ અલ હરામમાંથી મસ્જિદ અક્સા જાય છે. પણ રસ્તામાં તુર સૈનામાં, બૈત લહમમાં, કૂફામાં આ બધી જગ્યાએ ઉતરે છે, નમાઝ પઢે છે. જિબ્રાઈલ કે છે અહીંયા નમાઝ પઢો, અહીંયા નમાઝ પઢો. કૂફામાં જાય છે કારણ કે નબી આદમ ને નબી નૂહની દફન જગ્યા છે. બૈત લહમમાં જાય છે, નબી ઈસાની જન્મની જગ્યા છે. અને તોર સૈના નબી મૂસાની જગ્યા છે. અને પછી મસ્જિદ અક્સામાં જાય છે જ્યાં નબી ઇબ્રાહીમની કબર છે. ત્યાં 2 રકાત નમાઝ પઢી અને પછી પરવરદિગાર એને એક મોજિઝાથી ઉપર લઈ જાય છે. ઉપર એટલે આપણે જ્યારે ઉપરની વાત કરીએ એ 7 આસમાનની જે કિસ્સો અને કહાની છે એ અસલમાં શું છે કે આ પૈગંબરને એના જિસ્મમાં લઈ ગયા, એના શરીરમાં લઈ ગયા કે એના રૂહથી લઈ ગયા? આ ઉલમાઓનો એક બહુ મોટો બહેસ છે. અને આ બહેસની અંદર આપણે પડવું પહેલા છે ને સમજવાની જરૂર છે કે રૂહથી જઈ શકે ન જઈ શકે, શરીરથી જઈ શકે ન જઈ શકે. અલા કુલ્લી હાલ એક ચીજ જરૂર કહીશ કે છઠ્ઠા ઇમામ પાસે આવીને કોઈ પૂછા કરે છે કે એ પૈગંબરને જ્યારે મેરાજમાં લઈ ગયા હોય છે તો એનો ફાયદો શું છે, શું થાય છે? ત્યાં જોઈને પાછા આવ્યા. પૈગંબર મેરાજમાં એટલે કે 7 આસમાન ટપીને વટાઈને એક પછી એક બીજા આસમાનમાં. હવે આસમાન શું છે? આપણે તો એક જ આસમાન દેખાય છે, 7 આસમાન તો દેખાતા નથી. આ પ્રોબ્લેમ વાળો એ છે કે આસમાન આપણે આને જોઈને આસમાન કે છે એટલે આપણે એમ થાય છે કે આના જેવા 7 ઉપર છે. એવું નથી. પેરેલલ એક્ઝિસ્ટન્સ છે ઓફ ડિફરન્ટ રિયાલ્સ. એક જુદી દુનિયા છે, એક જુદી આલમ છે. એનો બેસ્ટ તમે દાખલો દઉં કે જ્યારે ઉલમા સમજાવે છે કે તમે દાખલો જો ત્યારે બરઝખની વાત કરી કે માણસ કબરમાં જાય ત્યારે એની બરઝખ ત્યાં એની જુદી દુનિયા છે. આપણે રિવાયતમાં છીએ કે જન્નત થઈ જાય, જહન્નમ થઈ જાય, ખુદા બચાવે, પણ એના નેકીઓના કારણે એક ગાર્ડન થઈ જાય છે. કબર રમે 6 ફૂટનું ખાલી દફનાયું છે, દૂર છે, કઈ નથી. 20 વર્ષ પછી કાઢશો તો હાડકા મળશે. પણ એ બંધો એક જુદી દુનિયામાં રહી છે, આપણે જુદી છે. અગર સમજવું હોય કે આ દુનિયાની સામે અમે જ્યારે એને દફનાવે છે પણ એ પછી બીજી એક દુનિયામાં જાય છે કે જે દુનિયાને આપણે સમજી નહીં શકીએ, આપણે ખાલી સાંભળે છે એના વિશે પૈગંબર પાસેથી, ઇમામો પાસેથી. તો એ જ અગર સમજી શકીએ તો એવી રીતના સમજવું જરૂરી છે કે પરવરદિગાર આ દુનિયા સૌથી હલકી ને નીચી દુનિયા છે. એવા 7 બીજા એક્ઝિસ્ટન્સ છે કે જેની અંદર જુદા જુદા પૈગંબરો, જુદા જુદા મલાઈકાઓ એક હદ સુધી પહોંચે છે કે એનાથી ઉપર નથી જઈ શકતા. એક દુનિયામાં એક મલાઈકા મળશે જે બીજી દુનિયામાં નહીં જઈ શકે, કારણ કે એમાં કાબિલિયત નથી આગળ વધવાની. એટલે તો આપણે કહીએ છીએ કે જ્યારે પૈગંબર જાય છે ઊંચા જાય છે. બધા પૈગંબરોને મળે છે એક પછી એક. આદમને, નૂહને, ઇબ્રાહીમ જે સૌથી આગળ હોય છે, નબીઉલ્લાહ ઇબ્રાહીમ, એને મળે છે. એની આગળ જાય છે, જિબ્રાઈલ સાથે હોય છે. જિબ્રાઈલ કે છે હવે અહીંયા એ મારી હદ આવે છે, હું આનાથી આગળ નહીં જઈ શકું. એટલે પૈગંબર પછી એકલા જાય છે આગળ, કારણ કે ઈ હવે એવી જગ્યાએ પહોંચે છે જ્યાં પૈગંબર સિવાય કોઈ નથી પહોંચ્યું. ને શું વાત થાય છે, મુનાજાત ખુદા સાથે થાય છે કે શું જોઈ છે એ કુરાનમાં તમે જોશો તો લખે છે ફઅૌહા ઇલૈહિ મા ઔહા. નથી કહેતા શું? કારણ કે આપણામાં કાબિલિયત નથી સમજવાની. તો જ્યારે આ માણસ પૂછા કરે છે છઠ્ઠા ઇમામને કે ભાઈ પૈગંબર આ બધી ગયા, ફાયદો શું છે, શું જોયા, શું થયું? ઇમામ જે સમજાવે છે એક જુદા પર્સપેક્ટિવ. આપણે એમ સમજીએ છીએ કે પૈગંબરને લઈ જવામાં આવ્યું કારણ કે પૈગંબર એના દિલથી, એની પર્સનાલિટીમાં એક મકામ પહોંચે છે તો પરવરદિગાર એને એની બાજુમાં બોલાવે છે. પણ ખાલી એ નથી, પૈગંબરનો મકામ એટલો ઊંચો છે ભાઈઓ અને બહેનો, પૈગંબરનો મકામ એટલો ઊંચો છે. છઠ્ઠા ઇમામ કહે છે કે પૈગંબરને ખુદાવંદે તઆલા આસમાન તરફ બોલાવ્યા કારણ કે અહલુસ સમા એટલે જે આસમાનમાં રહેવા વાળાઓ છે એ લોકોને ફખર થાય કે પૈગંબર અમારી ઝિયારત કે પૈગંબર અમારી ઝિયારત. ને તમે રિવાયતમાં આપણે વાંચીએ તો જોશો કે જ્યાં જિબ્રાઈલ લઈ જાય છે ત્યાં મલાઈકાઓ બધા એક ફેરે કામ પોતાનું મૂકીને ભેગા થઈ જાય છે ને કહે છે આ છે મોહમ્મદ જે પૈગંબર જેને ખુદાએ નિમ્યું છે પૈગંબર કે હા આ છે મોહમ્મદ. તો આવીને એ લોકો સેવા વાસ્તે દુઆઓ આપે છે જે કંઈ હોય, પણ એ લોકોને ફખર થતું હતું કે આજે દુનિયાના ચૂંટેલા પૈગંબર કે જેની હસ્તી એ લોકોથી બુલંદ છે આજે એની ઝિયારત કરે. આ મેરાજનું છે કે મેરાજમાં પૈગંબર જ્યારે જાય છે ત્યારે એ ફખર ખાલી પૈગંબરને નથી હોતું કે બધાને મળે છે, પોલા મલાઈકાઓએ ફખર કરતા કે આજે મુહમ્મદ અમારી ઝિયારત કરવા છે. આ પૈગંબરનું મકામ છે. અને છેલ્લી રિવાયત હું પડીશ આજે કે જ્યારે ખુદા સાથે વાત થાય છે અને એ હવે એકલામાં, ત્યારે એ ઘણી ચીજો કુરાનમાં નથી, રિવાયતમાં અમુક ચીજો મળે છે કે પરવરદિગાર સાથે વાત કરે છે તો પરવરદિગાર આપણે કહે ને સક્સેશન પ્લાન કે યા મુહમ્મદ તારા પછી તું કોઈને જોયો છો છે કે તારો ઓલો પરવરદિગારના પ્લાનમાં તો બધું તૈયાર છે, બધું તૈયાર છે. પૈગંબરને પૂછા કરે છે પરવરદિગાર કે મુહમ્મદ તારા પછી દુનિયામાં જેટલા છે તું જોયો છો કોઈકને જે તારા પછી તારો જાનશીન થઈ શકે, તારો સક્સેસર થઈ શકે? હવે પૈગંબર કેવી રીતના કે મારા ચાચાનો દીકરો કે મારો ભાઈ અલી, તરત જ તો ના કે ને. તમે જો આ મીઠાશ છે મુનાજાતની. પરવરદિગારને કહે છે યા રબ إني لم أرى من الخلق أحدا أحب إلي من علي. કે હું કોઈ મારે વધારે પસંદ અલી સિવાય બીજા કોઈને નથી જોયો. તો પરવરદિગાર કે છે શા માટે? કે છે કારણ કે એનું મારા પ્રત્યે જે ઇતાઅત છે, મારી જે ઇતાઅત કરે છે, મારા જે કેવું માને છે એના જેવો હું કોઈ નથી જોયો. જે કહું છું કરે છે. ખુદાનો જવાબ શું છે? ખુદા કહે છે વલી યા મુહમ્મદ, ને કહે છે મારા વાસ્તે પણ મુહમ્મદ, કે મારો એ કોઈ ઇતાત એનાથી વધારે નથી કરતો. વલી યા મુહમ્મદ. પૈગંબર કહે છે યા અલ્લાહ, હું કોઈકને નથી જોયો કે અલી કરતા વધારે મારા પ્રત્યે મુહબ્બત હોય એને, કે ઈ મને એટલો ચાહે છે. તો પૈગંબર ખુદાવંદ તાઆલા એને ફરીથી ઈ જ જવાબ દે છે વલી યા મુહમ્મદ. અને મારા વાસ્તે આ મેરાજનો ટાણો હતો કે જ્યાં ખુદાવંદે તાઆલા પૈગંબરને ઈ બશારત આપી છે કે તારા પછી અલી અલૈહિ ઇસ્લામ છે કે જે તારો જાનશીન થશે. પરવરદિગાર પાસે દુઆ કરે કે અમે બધાને એટલી તૌફીક આપે કે પૈગંબરને સહી રીતે સમજવાની તૌફીક દે ઇન્શાઅલ્લાહ. આપણે જે શીખીએ છીએ એની પાસેથી જે શિખામણ હાસિલ કરે છે એના પર અમલ કરવાની તૌફીક દે. રબ્બના તaqabbal મિન્ના ઇન્નકા અંતસ સમીઉલ અલીમ. વસ્સલામુ અલૈકુમ વરહમતુલ્લાહિ વબરકાતુહુ.